Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me here on Lilima Times TV. In this video, I want to talk about a trending topic in the United Kingdom, which is about immigration and their rules. I came across a video of a Ghanaian nurse who migrated to the United Kingdom not too long ago, and she was ranting about the Labour government, the Conservatives started this and that, and now UK is the headquarters of modern day slavery. Before I make a comment, I would like you to listen to what she had to say. Listen to this.
The Conservatives started it, the Reform supported it, and now the Labour is ready to implement it. Yes, slavery actually never went away. So you're telling people to come and look after your elderly parents that you cannot tolerate for a day. Yes, you can't tolerate your mother and father in the same house for one day. So you push them to institutions to look after them. You bring people from overseas with a promise of doing this for 5 years and setting them free by giving them what we call the permanent resident. That gives them the power to work and be flexible and to move around with their other commitments. These people have endured a lot of abuse from the system, from your mothers and fathers. They are being beaten because they are care workers. They are being slapped in the faces. They are being sweared on with racial slurs. They are packing the poop of your mother and your father. They are doing things that you cannot do for the parents that birthed you. And when it's just about time for them to have the opportunity to settle in this country, make it their home, be able to work without limit, you tell them, hang on, no, actually, let's make it 10. Did slavery ever go away? So you want to hold the whip them in the back for 10 years for them to toil their life away. And you tell me that this country is a country that promotes freedom and justice. No, it doesn't. You tell me that you have a whole article, a publication that speaks against modern day slavery when you're actually an enabler of modern day slavery. You guys don't know that these skilled workers that you have brought from overseas do not have recourse to public funds. They are not entitled to any of your benefits. They do not have anything to do with your benefits. They are not entitled to houses, i.e. council houses. They pay their bills, they work really hard, and for you to get sponsored for these jobs, you need to work a minimum certain hours to qualify you for your visa. Morning. So these people, actually, the minimum they can work, the minimum is 36 hours, which most of your locals do not do. Most of your locals work 24 hours and they check out to go on holiday because guess what? They're on universal credit. But these people put their life down. They do things for your parents that you cannot do in your life. They feed your parents, beg them to eat, just so that they do not lose weight, because that is a safeguarding concern if they lose weight. In the process of doing this, they are beaten in the face, they are bitten, they are kicked, they are cursed. They pack the poop of your parents that you will never do in your entire life. And then you go about saying, oh, they are just here for benefits, when they are not even entitled to this benefits in the first place. So tell me, did slavery ever go away? Did slavery ever go away? You can make it 10 years, 15 years. The children of God will definitely survive. What is meant to be will be. What is not meant to be will not be. But what I want you guys to understand is that there is no justice in this UK. There is nothing like anti-modern day slavery. There is nothing like that, because this is the headquarters of slavery. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you have heard what she has to say. And I also have a lot of things to say about immigration in the United Kingdom. First of all, as Africans, especially the ones who've been coming to the UK since 2020 of the sponsorship visa route, I have observed that many Africans that have been coming in have been going to social media to talk about this and that, the rules of immigration. That's the only topic you find on the internet, by the way. They don't talk about anything about their lifestyle. All they talk about is this rule and that rule and that rule, and this company and that company is sponsoring people, and you can come through this route. And they are just shocked about how immigration keeps on changing the rules. Now, for some of us who've been in the UK for 21 years of our life, we know why UK is on about immigration all the time. Okay, since I've been here in the United Kingdom, so many rules have changed. And I just want to educate you guys a little bit. Those of you who've just been in the UK for less than 5 years and you're complaining about so much and you feel so entitled. First of all, the UK government does not owe anybody, anyone from Africa, any responsibility for you to migrate to their country. When we decide to migrate to the UK, it is simply because you have chosen that that's where you think there's a better life for you and an opportunity. In the first instance, you should be fighting with your governments in Africa who don't prioritize your healthcare, who don't prioritize education, who don't prioritize maternity wards and free school meals and all the opportunities that the young people can get, to you comparing how the UK system is, and you be on about complaining, oh, this place are treating us like slaves, blah blah blah. They didn't come to Africa to recruit you. First of all, they didn't come to beg for you to join their country. You were looking for that opportunity. You want to study nursing. You found yourself in a nursing school, and because your high hopes were that when I graduate, I'm going to live in the UK and work as a nurse in the UK. Good for you, you're in the UK working as a nurse. And there's others who are working here as carers, but there's also other people who've come to the UK on different routes. But we shouldn't paint the UK bad completely, because we have seen how they're complaining about people staying 5 years and collecting indefinite leave to remain. Well, some of us have been here 21 years. We don't have indefinite. And I've been on the 10 years route where I'll be getting my papers. Next year is when I qualify after 10 years of family life. You guys are even very lucky, very blessed that you come on a 5-year visa. You are entitled to free NHS. You don't pay for the NHS. I have to pay for the NHS, which is almost £2,000 every 2.5 years. You don't pay, and yet I have British citizen children. And after 5 years, you are entitled to indefinite leave to remain, and you get yourself a British passport in your 6th year. What else are you looking for? I know the lady has talked about, oh, they are changing it from 5 years. Now they are taking it to 10 years. My dear, immigration is the only way the UK can make money. You should understand this by now. That is why it's the hottest topic. They have to make money. The UK realized during the time when they were part of the EU that they lost a lot of money, because anybody who came under the EU law did not pay for the visa when they came into the United Kingdom, did not pay for their visa when they renewed, when they got their first 5 years and when they were renewing. They did not pay for their indefinite leave to remain. They did not pay for anything, and they were entitled to full government benefits. They lost out. So they realized the best way for us to make money is by putting all these sanctions. Let's leave the EU. Let's start the care visa. They are thinking 10 years ahead of us. By the time we're realizing they've made the money that they needed. That's why even students keep on flocking to the United Kingdom, because they've made it in a way that they attract international students to keep coming to the UK. They make money through the student visa. So with the care visa or nurse visa or any skilled worker visa, the reason why the Home Office are going to change it to say it should be 10 years is because if they give you indefinite leave after 5 years, how will they make money? They need to put you on their visa for 10 years so that they should make money off you. Now, I understand you. It's frustrating. You've planned for 4 years of your life, 5 years, oh, I should get my indefinite, and then I move on to other things. And then there's people who are still on this visa, and they find themselves on this route, and suddenly the rules will change. They might find themselves on the 10-year route if they do not stay with the same company. So many things are going around, flying around. But do you understand that the reason why these changes are happening is because of us Africans and the things we do to ourselves? First of all, when the EU scheme was there that Africans could come through the EU, so many Africans abused that. They would come in and adopt as many as 50, 60, 70, 80 relatives. We don't even know if they are genuine relatives, and add them on that EU visa. So you can imagine you have about 6, 7, 8, 10 dependents, and none of them is paying the government anything. They discovered that, they stopped it. Before then, there was marriage. You could come to the UK, you are married to somebody. After 2 years, you get your indefinite leave to remain. People abused it as this scheme. They were abusing it. Okay? They were doing awaria marriage. For those of you who know awaria, you know, marriage where it's not a genuine marriage, it's marriage for papers. They were doing it. There were so many people who were caught by immigration. They were going to the wedding sections where when people are having their wedding ceremonies, the immigration would stop so many marriages. It used to happen a lot. Before you guys came to the UK, this is what was happening because the marriage visa was a hot cake and immigration started clamping down on marriage, bogus marriages. They clamped down on bogus colleges. So the reason why I am so sure they are doing this 10 years is because many people have lied that they've come with their spouse when that person is not their spouse. Africans, you know what you have done. Many Africans have brought spouses. So they want to see if your marriage is genuine, you will stay 10 years with your wife. If that is your wife, or if 10 years with your husband, they want to see if you will produce children in that 10 years with your supposed husband and wife. They know that there is bogus marriages going on through the skilled worker visa. That's the reason why they are clamping down on it. I'm telling you this. Because they know that they cannot stop you from bringing a dependent. But take an example where somebody who is 22 is coming into the UK to get married to his supposed wife who is 42. They can't stop them at the border because at the end of the day, this is the spouse that has come into the country. Okay? But the only way they will know that this relationship is genuine if they can test your 10 years of living together, of which 99% don't live together. So they know, the immigration know that many people are doing the bogus marriages through the skilled worker visa. That's why they are clamping down on it. Trust me on this. They started this years back because they know that dependents now are not allowed to get a switch to work as a carer or to switch to whatever visa. You cannot bring dependents as a student. You know the rules that they've changed. You guys are read about these things. I don't even follow them. But they've said that, okay? So they know that people will be desperate. So what will they do? They are going to start marrying people who are not their genuine spouse. So if you know that your spouse is not your original spouse, don't even dare bring that person to the UK to say this is your spouse because they are now clamping down on that. That's a secret you didn't know. It's not about, no, 10 years, oh, this and that. It's modern day slavery. And I understand you, sister, when you talk about your parents, you don't need this and that. You know, people who are doing well in Africa, my dear, they don't come to the UK. People who are doing well in Africa, they are not even complaining. They are not even moved about moving to the UK. It is people who are not doing well in Africa that are moving to the UK. And when they move to the UK, they now want the whole world to know that here is suffering. And people who don't even live in the UK even know how UK house looks like. Who started it? Content creators. You will go on YouTube, on Facebook, look at the houses here. They are small. Show us the house where you used to live when you're in Africa. You can't even show us. Hey, me, where I was living in Africa, I was a manager, I was a boss. Why would you leave a job as a boss or as a manager to come and work in the UK to be a caregiver? How can you reduce yourself to that level? Like the lady will say, we're here, we're doing these jobs. You are cleaning, you're doing BBC. Nobody forced you. Nobody invited you to do BBC. And at the end of the day, it should be from your heart, compassion. It's not about, hey, when I finish, I should now move to another job. It means in the first place, you never even had a passion for that job. That's why we're having so many Africans being taken to jail because of abusing clients. Because in the first instance, they don't have the passion to look after these people. So I can go on and on, even citing examples. Even Ireland was a hot place to migrate to. People would come in and go to Ireland and seek asylum and what. The same Africans have spoiled that route. Again, people would even have children to be born in Ireland, and once the children are born in Ireland, they were citizens. They changed all that because of people abusing the system. The problem with Africans, with us, people who migrate, we abuse the system. Okay? They tell you there's an opportunity for you to come to this country. You now want to bring your children's great-grandchildren. You come with 7 children and say they are your children. And yet the system will catch up with you one day to find that they were not even your children. It's when there's cases of abuse or somebody disclosing something, that's when we come to realize that, oh, so that person brought in that child as their child, but it was never their child. Okay? So many things are going wrong, and it's Africans always disclosing these things on the social media platforms. The immigrants, you are talking too much. You are saying a lot of things, and they are picking up from what you say. Nobody is doing any modern day slavery for anybody. You chose your path to come to the UK to work that job. There are people who've come here to work as truck drivers. There are people who've come here to work as farmers. There are people who are doing different jobs. And you cannot be degrading a job which some people are genuinely passionate about, and that's the reason why they came here. And think about it. If you were in Africa, would you be paid the money that you're getting paid in the UK? No, of course. Would you have built a house in Africa? No. Would you have been able to sponsor all the people you sponsor? No. Be grateful. Be grateful for the opportunity. Okay? It's a great opportunity for you. We have seen Nigerians who are mayors. We have seen Nigerians who are even in parliament. You too, you can aspire to be in parliament. Nobody is stopping you from becoming what you need to become. I've seen Nigerians presently who are even lecturers in universities in the UK here. They are teachers in colleges. The skilled worker visa is not limited to just somebody working as a caregiver. No. Don't limit it to that. I've seen so many passionate British people who are saying, why are they trying to torment these people? They're the main people who come and work here. The British themselves, they don't do these jobs. Yes, they don't do these jobs. But again, you have to understand that immigration needs to find means and ways to make money, because the economy depends on people working. Taxes. So if that person is on a skilled worker visa for 10 years, it means the tax office will receive their money, and those who are on the almighty benefits can benefit. So everybody wins at the end of the day. So it's not slavery, my sister. You can change your job. There are so many companies within the UK that are giving different employment opportunities. You can upgrade yourself. You can go to school. Make sure you're going to school. For those of you who have no other qualifications, start going to school slowly but sure. You can study psychology. You can do so many things. You can do engineering. You can be a pharmacist. You can be a nurse. There are so many opportunities. Let's not limit ourselves. Before you start complaining about the British, the government, the conservatives started it. These people, modern day slavery. Start with Africa, where they don't even give not even one job. Start with Africa, with our countries. Let's search our hearts and see if our countries, we can even get any job. Nothing. We all came to the UK for an opportunity. The more you talk, the more you start opening the eyes of the British people. Say, okay, so they are saying this. Aha. So that's why they come here. They want to get indefinite after 5 years and move to another job. 10 years, they will slap you with 10 years. And then you wait. And 10 years, it's not a long time. Be patient. Anyway, guys, that's just my opinion. You can also air your views, but for me, I just feel the level of entitlement is too much. Like, you want to be entitled in someone's country. Hello, do what you need to do fast, and be going. Have a plan for your future. I've been here 21 years and I'm telling you, 21 years later, I'll meet you complaining, saying, UK, I'll go to Africa. You will still be here in another 40 years, still complaining about UK. The best thing is for you to have a long-term plan. Start investing in Africa. If you want to stay here, buy a house, but make sure you have a long-term plan for you in Africa. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this live. I can go on and on this video. It's your girl, Lily Mutams TV. And thank you so much for 603,000 followers on Facebook. I can go on and on. There's a lot to talk about, but the main thing is now we cause up. Yeah, we African people, we have caused the issues that we are facing. We had one student that was talking too much, that said a lot of things. People come here to study, they don't even study. They're pretending to be studying. They are bringing their spouses. And the good part of the visas is the skilled worker visas. You're able to bring your family members. Your family members are not limited to doing the caregiving job. So that's not entirely true. If you have a spouse, your spouse can work any job. Your spouse can work in the bank. I have a cousin who moved to the UK years ago when the husband came here as an engineer. She got a job working for Barclays Bank and she's a manager running a branch. And now she's a British citizen. So it just depends on what you are looking for. Again, it's your circles. This is one thing that Africans we fail to do is when you come to a foreign country like this, you find yourself among African people, among African churches. You will not know much. In as much as you want to be among your people, also try to mingle by going to these clubs that are around. Get to know even the parents of your children. As you are talking, if you are doing school runs, you pick up your children, you are talking, they will tell you, give you information. Do you know there's this, exactly that? Before you know it, you're working in a bank. Before you know it, you're working in the council. You know, you can work for the council. You don't have to do care job. Okay, so don't limit yourselves, guys. And the sky is definitely the limit. There's more opportunities for you guys, and you can, work even as a PE teacher. Train some of these things that in Africa we undermine. Hey, why should I be a PE? Yeah, it's a skill. It's an important thing. Even just being a youth worker is a job on its own. This poop, what? You come here, poop. You cannot wipe your poop. Who invited you here? You invited yourself. So that's what you expect when you come to a country where you have no relative. And first of all, our ancestors from generation to generation, none of them is British. So how do you expect to be so entitled you can't want to settle? It will be tough for you as a first generation that has migrated from your country. So the best thing is be in prayer as well. Not just yabbing, complaining. Be in prayer. Ask God for where you are stepping in. Is it the right place? Sometimes you'll be going to places and countries, maybe that's not even where you're supposed to be. You're forcing yourself. God would have made you a leader in your country. Hey, I'm leaving, because everybody is doing japa. You're also leaving. You don't know that there's a position waiting for you to change lives in Africa. Don't be in a hurry to migrate. And you've seen why people are complaining all over social media about the jobs they're doing. They'll do even film. Hey, I was done this. Hey, they talk to me like this. Hey, we have been seeing this since. People have been in the UK since 1975 that I've spoken to. They've complained about so many things as well. It will never change. The best is for you to have a mindset, to have a plan for your future. What is your long-term plan? 10 years. Invest back home. Go back. Thank you so much.